I first started falling in love with the ocean when I was 10 years old. I grew up in Virginia, actually just outside of Washington, D.C., not near the ocean, about 4 hours from the beach. And I was in 4th grade, and we were studying plate tectonics. And I found out that there was land under the ocean. The thought never occurred to me before. And from that point on, it was all about the ocean. Get Inspired was started in the fall of 2009, and basically out of a need for an organization to continue the kelp restoration project under. And it came out of a culmination of all the experiences that I had over the last 8 years at restoring giant kelp, all the students that I'd worked with, all the wonderful teachers, very talented teachers that I've had the opportunity to work with, and then of course all the thousands of volunteers that I've worked with. They all inspired me, and because of that I decided to call the organization Get Inspired.
I've always looked into marine biology, and so I started talking to my middle school marine biology teacher, and that's how I got in contact with Nancy, who's a marine biologist. And so through her I've been able to learn so much and do so much, and that's what led to the Kelp Fest.
I have partnered with Nancy Caruso and the Orange County Kelp Restoration Project to basically bring a sound science curriculum to the classroom that is focused on hands-on and giving kids the opportunity to not only just learn science from a textbook, but just basically open their eyes to the world around them.
Marcia McNutt, who's the director of the Monterey Marine Aquarium, put it this way: every second breath we take comes from the ocean. And I'm really big into breathing. So I started thinking, well, I'm really into breathing really big. What produces the most oxygen in the ocean? And that's kelp.
The kelp has disappeared over the course of about 60 years, from the early 1900s to about the 1970s, for several different reasons. Ecosystem can generally handle a lot of stresses, and it was several of these stresses stacked on top of each other that finally caused the collapse of the kelp forests. Our population in Orange County now is over 3 million people. In the early part of the 1950s and before, we started climbing around the late 1950s, 1960s. We saw a huge boom in the population, fourfold. So all of us contributed to basically causing the water to be turbid or cloudy. We paved all the streets, put up sidewalks, and put houses and buildings on everything, and so water, when it rains, actually runs off of those surfaces instead of going down into them. And also we create a lot of water that comes off of those surfaces by watering things and dumping water.
So the goal of the Kelp Fest is mainly to restore the kelp forest. In the last 30 years, it's been pretty much gone from our marine life. So we've been trying to restore it, and Nancy has been working with tons of classrooms to grow kelp inside the classrooms, and then she'll go out and dive and plant them. So it's to make sure people understand the importance of kelp and that we really need to restore California and its environment to what it should be like.
And I bring them into the classroom, and the kids clean them and stress them out actually, and we get them to release their spores. And they're microscopic, they're 400 times smaller than you can see with your eyes. And then we get them to grow on little ceramic bathroom tiles. And then we take them out when they get about 1/4 inch tall and attach them to the reefs with rubber bands, very non-technical stuff. And the kelp starts growing off of the tile, attaches to the reef, and grows up into adult, hopefully.
It's so hard nowadays to get kids away from texting, from social networking, from video games, and all this technology that in a way somewhat isolates them, and actually wake up to the wonderful world of living things around them.
The crux of this whole kelp restoration project and all of the Orange County ocean restoration projects is education and ocean stewardship. So the idea behind, I mean, I'm a scientist, I could go out and do ocean restoration on my own and it would be pretty much invisible. You know, I could get a bunch of scientists together and we'd be out on a boat, you know, even 7 days a week, and people might see the boat, but they wouldn't know what was going on. So taking these programs into the classroom involves students. Students actually get to grow the kelp in their classrooms. They're going to get to grow abalone and white sea bass in their classrooms. And then in turn, they kind of take ownership of it. So it's their kelp, it's their abalone, it's their white sea bass. They raise them from little babies, you know, and feed them and nurture them and test all the water chemistry, make sure that they're growing properly. And when we take them out to the ocean, of course, we're giving them pictures of their babies and how they're doing and reports all the time. So they get attached to them, which is the whole idea, is to attach them emotionally to the ocean. Because when you have an emotional attachment to something, you want to protect it. Kelp Fest.
Kelp Fest.
Kelp Fest.
Kelp Fest.
Our message here today is that let's run off to a cleaner ocean.
Because they eat the kelp, and there's not enough predators to eat them. The otters are banned from Southern California. We overfish sheepheads and we overfish lobsters and tall sea urchins. So they're just pretty much destroying the kelp. So what we do is we locate them.
We're so happy to be here. We're happy to support the kelp returning.
Yeah, it's hard,
This is New Leaf America, and this company New Leaf America offers people the quickest way, the most inexpensive way to reduce their utility bills.
Hello, my name's Lisa, and I'm a volunteer here at the Marine Mammal Center. And what we do is we rescue seals and sea lions that strand along the beach here, anywhere from San Onofre up to Seal Beach.
I'm Birdsong, and this is Dr. Marcy. This is Oxford, the octopus. And we're part of Birdsong and the Eco Wonders, and we're an eco-entertaining group for children ages 3 to 8. And we teach children about earth stewardship and taking care of the ocean. And we do that through lovable, fun animal characters like Oxford the octopus and the little pocket mouse, and ecosystems like kelp forests and tide pools. And all our songs are fun, catchy, and educational.
And our whole mission is to help kids love the earth so much that they can't help but want to be participating and help to save it.
times like these, in times like those, what will be,
I'm just the facilitator, the person who puts people together and gets directing the project, and everybody else is doing all the work. You know, like Kia, she comes out and helps with everything, and there's volunteers that were here yesterday and today. These people are passionate about the ocean, so and to be part of a solution rather than sitting around and talking about problems really gets people passionate. So
we sat and talked over a period of time to share a vision together. What's going to be our mission? And then we decided, well, that's the vision. The vision, of course, is to see the kelp forest come back.
And raise and nurture, but then hurt from time to times like these, and times like those. What will be?
I have a message for the rest of the world, and that is that restoration and conservation is no longer the job of people out there, those environmental organizations that take care of that stuff. It's now the job of every citizen, and there is no reason why every school, every human being, every individual in this world cannot be involved in their own restoration conservation programs. Because we each take something from the earth, we all should be giving something back.
In Guerrilla Goodness, we all recognize that even if we're working by ourselves, we're all working together by ourselves for a common purpose.